Hi everyone, my name is Cassandra and the book that I chose for our video discussion today is called Who Was First? Discovering the Americas, and it's by Russell Freedman. Who Was First is a non-fictional informational book, and it starts with the explorer Columbus. It goes through Chinese explorers, it goes through the Spanish, it goes through Vikings, it goes through all these aspects of discovering the Americas and explorers. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the organization. The first element of organization we see is the table of contents. It tells you all the pages you can find all these topics on. And then from the beginning, we have like a preface, and this tells you what happened before Columbus. And chapter 1, and it starts with talking about Columbus. As you can see though, there's no like subheadings even throughout the rest of the pages, and I think that might have been helpful to make this maybe for a lower level student, having subheadings that they could rely on. And then you have some pictures and captions pretty much on every page, if not every other. But then you don't see another heading until you get to chapter 2. So as far as the organization is concerned, I believe that it is organized well enough for a student who can flow through these paragraphs and understand everything laid out for them in that manner. For other students, they need like subheadings and more division of the paragraphs. I think that there are very interesting aspects about the style that Freedman chose for this book. The style, he begins the chapter giving you background information and entering the topic, and then he usually gives a little quote or something after the fact, and I'm going to read a section for you, starting chapter 2. On a spring morning in the year 1421, a mighty Chinese armada, one of the largest fleets in the world has ever seen, set sail for the far corners of the earth. To ensure a safe passage and success on the journey, the ship's captains and crews placed themselves in the hands of the gods, burning incense and chanting prayers. And then he gives an example of the Chinese prayer. So just from that brief quote, you can see that Freedman's tone is both informational, yet it does have the essence of telling the story about the Chinese in this case. I think the most important aspect concerning illustrations and design in this book is simply the relevance of the illustration at hand. And it seems like Freedman did a great job of incorporating relevant images. For example, in this picture, you see an explorer on a boat. Through the reading, you learn to know this explorer as Leif Erikson, and coherently, everything on this page is about Leif Erikson and his first initial travel to the Americas. In order to confirm the accuracy of this book, I researched 2 claims made by Freedman. This is the first claim. Though Christopher Columbus was an Italian born in Genoa, he lived for several years in Portugal, where he worked as a bookseller, mapmaker, and sailor. The claim I looked to confirm is that Columbus did all of these things, and I did find evidence and artifacts online showing this. In chapter 3, Freedman claims that there were Chinese junks found on the coasts of Oregon, California, Mexico, South America, and Florida. The claim I sought to prove is that there were junks of China found on the coast of Florida. I unfortunately could not find anything about shipwrecks on the coast from China on the coast of Florida. I did find there were shipwrecks on the coast of Oregon, California, Mexico, South America, but nothing from the coast of Florida from China.